All right, go ahead.
Yep. Mm-mm-mm. Today's live is going to be about will high level or will AI replace agency owners and admins setting AI and marketing up for businesses? It's a really important question for anybody who's in the space, who's been doing marketing. A lot of people are concerned to have virtual jobs. So we're going to go through that after we cover like where AI is taking us in high level. So we'll cover AI employee. We're going to cover Ask AI. We're going to cover the MCP so you guys understand how quickly this is evolving, and then we'll talk about what the future is going to hold for us. So we've got a couple people on here. You guys are free to ask questions as we go. The first thing I'm gonna cover is just the basics of AI. So you've got AI tools like AI voice or conversational AI, and then you have AI agents. And we're starting to see those come into high level, and they're actually about to release an agent builder that's going to be amazing. So we're going to talk about what all those things are. Most people that are in high level, they hardly understand what AI employee is, and it's time to get caught up because it's about to be really crazy with what you can do with agents. They are able to use these tools together and decide how to use them, and it's just a whole different beast. So I'm going to share my screen and just go into the AI employee settings first. Um, did you see yourself frozen up on there, Jessica? That's
No.
the starting frame. Let me go to the agency view here. So, and I'm going to talk about like how each of these features has changed as I do this too.
Now, Rob, you're going to help me walk through this, so we're going to do that some other
Yeah,
time then.
this is yeah, so you can go ahead and I'm going to show the AI employee setting first. So that's a good time to add the code. Guys, I have group calls I do twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday at 1 Eastern. And all my done for you clients and do-it-yourselfers, other agencies, y'all can come on there, and I can help you with strategy, help you understand how to use these things. And if you're done for you, we can strategize and I'll have my team do it for you. So even easier. Um, and to do that, you just need to get affiliated. And if you've already got a high level agency, most of you guys already do. If you already have an agency, you can use AI employee code to get access to all my stuff without it costing you anything. So this is the AI employee settings. It's in the agency view. And these are the different AI features. So I'm going to explain what each of these is. And there's only like one other type of workflow of AI tool, and that's the workflow AI. And its pricing is a little different from everything else. They've made some changes, so I'm going to cover that too. AI voice, this is just inbound. The reason that they've been so slow to roll outbound out is if you've ever worked in a call center, there are just so much legal regulation around calling. And once you start using a predictive dialer or some type of automated system, it ramps up to a whole nother degree where you can really get yourself in hot water. And AI voice is like the even worse. So it's like there is so much risk if you don't really know what you're doing. Um, which is really why one of the reasons why it's going to be hard for AI to replace marketers. It takes years of experience in a call center to understand how to use these tools without ending up with a class action lawsuit. And a class action lawsuit will take you out of the game quicker than you ever thought possible. Um, Even if you have a marketer guiding you and doing things legally like to the book, guess what? You're still going to get lawsuits. You're still going to get settlements. And if you are not doing things the right way, you're going to lose them. You're going to have to pay the attorneys either way, but you hope you win at the end. I've had settlements before. I had a class action pop up uh, 3 months ago from a guy that he opted in. I had proof that he opted in, and fortunately, the court dismissed it. But if I wasn't doing everything by the book, then I would have been in a bad spot. So here we go. So this is AI voice. Like I was saying, they just do inbound. They've upgraded the quality of the voices. They have tons of them. They have tons of different languages. And for most small businesses, just covering inbound is really the best move for you. The way that I have it set up and the way that I recommend is just have it as a rollover. So someone calls you, you see the notification on your phone. The reason I made the switch to doing it that way, you all have that customer you've been chasing down for months, who you can't ever get a hold of, and they won't book an appointment. When they finally call you back, the last thing you want is them getting sent to the AI. So you want to make sure you can answer them, but then if you can't, instead of a voicemail, what's going to happen as soon as you ignore that call or as soon as it just rings long enough, it's going to forward over to the AI, which can answer their questions, book appointments. They'll only go to one calendar, but they recently rolled out the ability to transfer to another bot. So if you tell my AI that you need to talk to me or that you're interested in done for you services, then it's going to transfer you to an agent that can book from my calendar instead of booking you for the group calls. So you can set it up however you want, and it's really flexible. You can initiate workflows, which is like strings of automations based on conditions in the call. And it's still a few steps behind like third-party AI voice tools, but in my opinion, the setup is so much faster, and having everything integrated and in one view is worth much more than the small lift you get from the other tools. So that's the voice
Hey,
AI.
hey, Rob, it did
Go
not give
ahead.
me it did not give me a chance to go to referred by an affiliate.
You so you don't see this right here?
I see it on your screen, but it didn't come up on mine.
Okay.
See, when I went into my account and tried to open up the free summer, it told me a price and it said, how do you want to do it? And I answered
Yeah.
that, but it did not give me a chance to put a code in.
Yep. You need to go to your AI employee settings in your agency view instead of the trial page you were on. So you need to go to this page right here. And this is located by going to settings, AI employee, and then manage your offer right here. And it'll still give me credit when your trial ends, I believe. And if not,
I'm
it'll give
looking,
me
I'm
next
looking
month.
for AI. I'm sorry, I don't see the next step.
Where are you right now?
I'm in settings
Are you?
on my account.
Yep.
Should I be on the,
Agency view. Yep.
okay,
No worries.
on agency view? Let me go to the agency view then.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm in agency
Phone
view
off.
now.
All right. So Bob, I'll help you more at the end if you need, but I'm gonna keep
Okay,
rolling.
keep on going, keep on going.
Just tell me, you should find it once you now that you know to go to agency view.
Hmm.
We've got voice. I'm gonna do a quick overview of the conversational AI. It's very similar. So they just added the ability to pass from one bot to another. Now, conversation AI is what's going to cover you on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, web chat, and SMS. So you can integrate all those things. And like I said before, the fact that you can have it all in one place and in one view is infinitely valuable. Um, Business owners are not going to check their conversations in two places, is the reality. So, conversation AI, you can also trigger workflows. And for going outbound, if you're sending messages to, let's say, everybody on your list who's opted in, it is just so much more straightforward from a compliance perspective that they opted in, and you can send out 6,000 messages for way cheaper than you can make outbound calls. And guess what? 80% read rate on text messages. So I go that way. And then I think that's just the best way to do it. So reviews AI, that's like you can have the AI on, and you can have unique agents for every review platform. That's a feature they released this week. And so you can have a different prompt for different platforms and for different levels of review. So a two-star might say, hey, you can reach out to us here. Can you drop your phone number so I can help you? If there's, yeah, so that's what you would want to do with a low review. You want to get in contact with them and fix it. Different prompt than a five-star review. Um, then you've got your funnels and website AI. That's going to help you build a website. Basically, you choose a template, choose your industry, spits out the copy. There are some limitations here, like it doesn't let you kind of you can't like paste a block of text and say this is what I want my copy to be. Can you put it all into the right headers and bodies? And that's one thing I really don't like. But I'm going to tell you guys how you can do that in just a minute. You have to go unlimited. So that's part of the Ask AI feature. You can build websites conversationally in Ask AI. It'll say, hey, I need some photos like this. You can grab them from Google Images, you throw them in the chat, and it says, this one's too low res. This one's not clear enough on what we're talking about. It'll give you feedback and tell you, no, can you give us some different ones? It's amazing. And you can copy paste from content on another website and say, I want it to be like I took Search Atlas in a demo video, which is an AI SEO tool, copied their copy into the chat and said, I want you to white label this and say, and, talk about this service, but without mentioning the company's name. And boom, it spits it out. So you can, this helps a little bit, to be honest. Like I think if you're building a website, you probably just need to just go ahead and have unlimited AI. And really, when it comes to the website, the touch of a real designer is still needed for it to be polished. But it can help you get the basics out there and give your designer a good starting point. So, content AI. This is where you generate all of your posts for social media planner or your blog content or photos. So you can do all kinds of things like that in HighLevel, and it does have the upgraded image generation that you've seen with like GPT that came out 4 or 5 months ago. So it's high quality images, and you can see the pricing right there. Workflow AI assistant. Now that's not the one that's not using GPT in workflow. That is an assistant that helps you build the workflow. So you can ask it, hey, what does this workflow do? How can I stop this problem from happening that's happening when leads are going through this workflow? You can do all types of stuff, and they just released the ability to actually build workflows with a prompt. So when you first create a workflow, this is in beta, it's only agency admins and labs. But when you first create a workflow, it'll have a bubble at the top that'll say where you can just paste a prompt. And if you're specific about delays between steps, it will literally create the whole thing. And it will even create the copy inside the messages. So it is just a massive time saver. It usually takes us like 4 hours to set up an account, sub account from front to back. But literally copying and pasting into those steps and adding the wait steps, probably the most time consuming part. So now with a prompt, we can do it. But guess what? If you don't know everything HighLevel can do and you don't know how it connects to the ad manager and if you check a box, it'll send a Facebook DM when the lead comes in at the same time as the text. If you don't know the tools, you can't set it up right. So guess what? It puts the power into the hands of people that are actually trained and know how to use this stuff. And yes, while a business owner can set it up, can do a better setup than they could before, someone like me can the ceiling for us raises even higher. We're able to have the knowledge of the tools and the best way to do things, and it allows us to do our job faster and deliver a better service to an even greater extent. So the right now they're not charging you for the workflow AI builder. I'm sure they will, but when you start out, you want to mark this stuff up. You can mark it up 2x or whatever you think. And then they're going to flip over to unlimited because that gives them access to some features they don't have otherwise and unlimited of all these things. Now, the only thing I didn't talk about is using workflow GPT in workflow. So the reason that it's different from like a standard pricing is because GPT models cost different amounts. So you've got all the different models in there, and they used to charge quite an upcharge. I mean, it was probably like 100 times upcharge, like 2 cents per execution. So AI agent builders like Jessica here and me, we wouldn't go into HighLevel to build our workflows. We would send the data out to Zapier or Make where it's cheaper, or N8N where it's next to free, and then we'd send the data back into HighLevel. So a whole surge of people who are trying to get into the AI agent building world haven't been using HighLevel, but now HighLevel is taking away your reason not to. They've got everything in here, and guess what? They've got GPT-5 at 5% below the OpenAI's market price. So it's the only place you can get tokens that cheap, and it's all inside HighLevel. So they're really trying to get us to stop leaving. And the AI agent builder. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to talk about that. That's really exciting, but I'm gonna talk about it in just a few minutes here. So they've got it 5% cheaper, and there's even a new update today where premium actions that used to cost a cent, they rolled out Workflow Pro maybe a year ago, where you can get 10,000 executions for $15, which became it's more along the lines of Make, cheaper than Zapier by far. But now changelog, that's what I need. Ooh, a new update since I looked last. But here's what it is now. So for instance, we run a litigator scrub on our client's data, another trick of the trade. And if we go straight to like a bulk upload in the software we use, it doesn't give us all the data we want. So we have to do it through API. So we have to send the phone number out to the API, get the response telling us, is this mobile? Is it US? Um, is it a litigator? Is it someone who's present on any federal or court record? for TCPA litigation, federal or state record for TCPA litigation? Have they ever written a demand letter? Because they have lists of people that write demand letters too. So it checks all that. And then we have to update the contact. So I think it was like two premium actions, and our litigator scrub only cost a cent, but then it's 2 cents for us just to do the automation and get the data in. So I had to charge 3 cents. And then you only had a limit of 10,000 executions, and then the price went up to the full price of the premium action. Well, now they fixed that. So now they have two more plans. And I can't tell you how excited I am about this because I'm a guy that used to have a $3,000 a month Zapier bill. And now this is so dang cheap. Like the $15 for 10,000 premium actions is what it used to be. And it's gotten leagues cheaper by the time you're at this 50 a month. And the overage rate is not bad either. So I was still having to pay an overage because I was scrubbing a list of 100,000 records and I was hitting my 10,000. So now everything is more profitable. And if you guys need a litigator scrub, I can do it cheaper than I could before. Um, Unless you didn't watch this video, then it's full price. Just kidding. So that is really cool. And I'm going to go back over to this. But basically, yeah, premium actions, they're now cheaper than make. They are dirt cheap. And so if you do need to go outside of high level, it's going to cost you next to nothing. Plus, GPT is cheaper in high level. So now it makes sense actually to send your stuff into high level to do your AI if it's a big AI process, and then send it back out if you're not used to high level. Or you should just come on in and join the family because I'm telling you, when everything's integrated in one place, your clients actually use it. Which is, then they use it for a long time, not just once or twice. So, what you need to do to go unlimited, there's a couple other things I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about Ask AI and MCP and the agent builder that's coming out. There's only been like one little snippet released by Sean, and I'm going to show it. It's super cool, but this is probably all getting into stuff that you need unlimited AI for. So, Bob, the way you do it, you put my code right
I
here.
signed it. I got it.
You got it. And then you can go for a trial. They still have a 30-day trial of Ask AI or of Unlimited AI Employee. And my favorite thing that you get is this thing right here called Ask AI. And this is going to give you your first touch of using an AI agent to control high level.
Yeah.
And this is the scary part. We've all known there'd be a day where you can turn your high level on and say, hey, set up my sub account. And a lot of us agency owners, it's been a scary moment. But I really think that there's going to be a boom from AI, right? Someone's going to make a lot of money. Some people are going to lose their jobs, and people that have virtual jobs have been the most concerned. The answer is if you have a virtual job, you need to start a business where you offer that as a service. If you have a business where you offer that as a service, your expertise and experience with all the compliance and all the things that are necessary, it's actually we are the ones that are first going to make millions and millions. The business owners in virtual jobs, the people that have jobs that require a physical component, those people are going to be held back, and we'll be able to hire robots to do their jobs because we're starting in the virtual side. So I think we are the ones that have the greatest advantage. Um, and I'm going to talk about what Ask AI does. It's going to blow your mind. So when it first came out, it pretty much just had these functions. And if you want to build a funnel or summarize a contact, you have to click this to initiate it. You can't just like type and say, hey, build a funnel, or you couldn't at least on day one. Maybe you can now. Generating a funnel, I already kind of talked about how it's conversationally going to build one with you. I'm not going to demo it because it takes forever. Still, way less time than building it manually. Summarizing a contact is really cool. If you have like a doctor's office, high level is HIPAA compliant end to end, and you don't need an EMR hardly. You can do almost everything that you can in your EMR in high level. So I'm imagining if I'm a doctor and I see a patient first time in a year, this summarize feature, it looks at every bit of contact data, every web page they visited on your site, every custom field that's filled. You can make sure that updates with your note taker every time you have a meeting. So it looks at every single piece of data for that contact, and it's going to come back and tell you everything about that customer's journey and what you missed. So for any business owner, that's huge. To be able to get a full summary just with hey, tell me about this guy, and it's going to give you the update better than anybody in your office could probably if you're keeping all your data integrated into high level with all the other tools. the way I like to think about it is high level's got the most ingredients in the kitchen. And so the AI in high level is just going to take you much further, especially if you keep it all integrated. So the new thing is their MCP. And what an MCP is a covering over an API. So you guys know what Zapier is. It's like a no-code tool that lets basically developers go in and they build a covering over the API that makes it easy for anybody to use. So it's labeled. It's like you need to update the contact name. It's labeled and easy to use. Well, an MCP is a lot like that, but instead of for people, it's for AI. So AI can kind of go in and just fill the gap and you just tell it, hey, this is what I want to do. And now it's going in there and doing it. So instead of you having to set it up ahead of time and say, when the lead comes in, here's the trigger and I want this to happen, then it's going to be turned into this and then that. It's predefined. It only works one way and you have to set it up ahead of time. With this, you can go in and say, hey, can you give me all my contacts? I want you to send an email to everybody who was on the calendar today and tell them thank you for your time. And it's going to go in, it's going to pull a get appointments function, see all the appointments for the date range. It's going to then write emails, write the copy of the email and send it to all of them. So it's like multiple different tools are being activated from your natural language command, right? And that's what an MCP is. So High Level released their MCP 2 months ago or so, a month ago, and MCPs weren't even a thing until, this year, I don't think. Um, so now they've enabled it on this Ask AI. So your MCP is connected and you can say, send everybody an email from that was on my calendar yesterday or 2 days ago, or whatever you want to do. It has a limit of 10 tool calls right now. And I'm going to show you guys how to see what they are. Well, MCP. You can just look up high level MCP. You go right here. And here are all the current things you can do. So really, really awesome. And obviously, there are many more actions than this. They're being added rapidly. So, and they are not the only platform doing this, guys. Any major software platform is in the process of adding their MCPs. And what that means is when this agent builder comes out, it's going to be a game changer. So I'm going to show that video real quick. Builder. Well, let me just go to YouTube, go to high levels page. Probably faster for me to find it like that. It was one of Sean's shorts. Maybe it's not going to be faster like that. Here we go. Agentic Builder. And guys, the audio never works when I'm live streaming, so just read the captions. I'm going to zoom in on when he goes to the right screen, I'm going to zoom in so we can see it. But Agentic Studio here, fortunately, we can see the captions where my cursor is, so you can see the builder and what he's saying. So nobody can see this yet. This is the guy that literally owns High Level who said he stumbled across it in here. And that says a lot about how many different things they're building. If you don't know, High Level has an idea board where you can upvote ideas, and the ones that get upvoted, they get built. High Level started with a review tool, and they just started doing what people wanted and what people requested. And they built a giant machine. I don't know how many developers they have, and they are pushing out features faster than anybody. I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch high level. I think high levels is the tool. You've got Salesforce, HubSpot, and high level are the big ones. You guys all saw how that looked with the flows, but high level has 4 times more users than Salesforce and HubSpot combined now. So they're leading the race and giving a lot of power to small business owners. Their pricing is crazy for what you get for the price, and I just think these guys have great hearts and are really awesome people. So what that's going to let you do, the agent builder, you can connect two MCPs together. So let's say you're a doctor. You've got your EMR and you've got high level. Both of them are going to have MCPs and you can have them talk to each other. So you connect them in the agent builder, and then with one natural language command, the AI can go in there and manipulate both softwares and do what you need. So you could say, hey, I want you to update all my records bring all my records over from the EMR. You can and then send them all an email in high level. You can do stuff like that. Super, super cool. And it's all going to be controlled right from that Ask AI um, window. But the agentic builder is probably going to be different. I imagine you'll be able to schedule things. It'll take it to a whole nother level of automation. So like you could take one pipeline stage, which is onboarding form submitted, and have the agent go and generate all the copy and then drop it into all the workflows for you. It'll just, email it to the client for their approval, probably meet with them, take an inbound call and go over it with them. It's going to reach a whole nother level that I'm really excited for. Um, so the question that I posted about today was, will AI replace agency owners? And I asked ChatGPT-5, so I'm going to pull that up on my screen. I'm just going to open it up for questions after we look at what it said. But I liked the answer. It makes me a little less scared and a little more excited. Um, People that have virtual jobs, we're gonna have a time where it's just really easy for us to do what we do best. No longer are you'll be able to do it the right way easily. And even if you know it's gonna be so much, it would have been so much more work to do a compliance audit of everything and then set it up the right way. Now we'll be able to help people set it up the right way with minimal effort, which means we can help more people do it the right way. We'll be able to provide our services for less and just help more people. And the difference maker is going to come from your experience in the industry. Like, are you someone that can be trusted to know how to set it up right? Um, and so, personal, they say like the two things that are going to be alive after AI takes over, it's going to be personal brand and AI. Are you someone who can be trusted? Do you have credibility? That's going to be the that only thing. You don't need a team anymore. And so it's really important that we focus on that and make sure you get yourself noticeable and make sure you build your credibility. So those degrees might not be totally useless, right? We've got some credibility at least. So let me find where I asked this question here. Ceiling. All right, so here it is. AI chat lowers the tooling cost, but it doesn't remove the work. Deciding the offer, wiring data, enforcing TCPA, A2P, which is like compliance stuff, guys, if you don't know. Evaluating things and getting humans to actually use the system is where we're going to stand out. I don't even think I'm going to read this whole thing. I've kind of been riffing off of what I read in it the whole time. Um, but it's not going to replace us. One of my favorite lines from this is right here. The floor acceptable DIY rises. So what's going to be expected is going to be higher, even if and people that are doing it themselves will be able to do more than they could, and they're going to expect more from agencies. But the ceiling of what great systems can do rises faster. So, for instance, those of us who are actually deep in, most people haven't even used AI voice or set their chat AI up yet. But those of us who understand what an MCP is and are building these systems and refining things, what we're going to have to offer is going to be much greater than it was before. So people are going to get more value from coming to an expert than they used to, right? What do you guys think about that? I'll open it up. I think all three of us are on the same page about it. We need somebody on the other side of the debate. Anybody got any thoughts?
Ask ChatGPT could give you the opposing view.
Yes. You know what? I don't know if I want to see that.
Yeah, that would actually be interesting, and then you could
Let's
ask
see
him to
it.
debate it.
I'm gonna go to the response after. Uh, Give me an opposing position.
Watch
Bob, that
out.
was a great idea, man. I'm glad I asked the question. Oh God, I'm getting nervous. Let's see what it says. This is a different kind of debate, isn't it? Let's watch it think.
Debating yourself.
If you guys haven't seen GPT-5 thinking before, then you shouldn't.
Unknown caller.
I'm on the $200 pro plan, so my rate limits are up there. Mm,
What are your feelings about ChatGPT 5 and 4? I mean, you see a
uh,
lot of people responding that
yeah,
they're
I
not
think
liking it.
I think what it is people as AI gets smarter, they say it's more blunt now. It's like they're like, oh, it used to give me paragraphs of of answers, and now it's giving me bullet point kind of style. Well, it's because it's trying to make it easier to communicate the most important things. When I send my emails, I don't send a block of long text that sounds like I'm just riffing on a subject. I send like, here's what you need to know. So I think it's getting people like that. It feels like their friend. Um, I don't know if you guys have seen the reports of like AI, like telling people their ideas are good when they're not and things like that. I think it's probably getting
Hallucinations, yeah.
it's getting smarter, which seems meaner probably. And people want it to be their friend, but if you want to use it like a tool, I want a bullet point answer. I don't want it to be my friend. It's not.
When I get a bullet point answer, I just ask it to
Yeah.
expand on that thought.
I mean, clearly you can watch this go, and anyone who's using four and telling me that they think that's better than this, you know, you're not using it for what I'm using it for, I guess. I like to see, I mean, that research is amazing.
This is interesting. You go back to that steel
Looks
man.
a lot like Perplexity.
That's the first time I've heard about the steel man. And I had to Google what steel man cases
I haven't
actually
heard of
were.
it
I don't know
either.
if you,
What is it?
it's taking a hard look and giving you a very strong opinion about what you're looking at.
Oh, interesting. So platform native AI agents are eating the stack. Uh, Yeah, it's pretty dang cool. So I talked to a guy who's number one. I met him at the bar this weekend. He's number one in Upwork for HubSpot. So he is a super HubSpot guy. And he was telling me that they already had their AI agent platform. And I was like, they don't even have voice and AI texting yet. So I was shocked to hear that they had this. And I almost didn't believe him, but apparently they do have it. So I wonder why they're not pushing on the AI chat features as much as HighLevel is, but you still have to integrate third. I do some HubSpot setups and you have to integrate third party for all this stuff, or at least for chat and calls. Ad buying coming goals in, campaigns out. I want a better summary. Yeah. I guess it's more like the business owners that have more resources and less time are going to be the ones that would lean on us still. But I think that's a pretty good more people are going to try to do it themselves and they're going to get further than they could before. That is the truth. Um, but it still will not be the kind of setup that we're able to do for a client.
Well,
And
I really liked what it said right before this, where and you're touching on that a little bit, but
which part?
yes, the bar is going to raise on DIY, but the bar is going to raise even higher for done for you, right? Because those of us that actually know what's going on and know what to do and know how to take these tools and do something, we're going to get farther
Right.
using um, our human intelligence, right? I actually have a book about this where it's like, I talk about that. It's like you have to use your human intelligence with the
Right.
AI. Once you imply that, that's, until we do that, that's what this is going to allow us to do. The ones of us that can actually apply the thought process, apply the strategy, apply the know-how and the understanding to the amplification of AI.
Right. And just think about your clients. Like, I've got some guys like Bob who would get in there and play around, and I can see Bob being one who would use it more. I've got other clients who can barely get into their email. You know what I mean? So I think for our generation, there's going to be a lot more opportunity right now because there's going to be people that need help.
I wish I was in my uh, lower 30s right now because I would be banging the shit out of this, man. It's just
Yeah.
fantastic.
I think maybe for the kids right now I think the generation that are children right now, I kind of have a hard time seeing them being like the guy that can't open his email. I kind of think who knows what it's going to be like for those guys.
They're going to be trained on AI in kindergarten.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if they would lean on me. But right now, in a time where there are lots of people who have lots of money that can't open their email, it's the perfect time for us. Everything
Absolutely.
can search
100%.
Absolutely.
Yep.
amazing. There's a
The iron is hot. We got to strike now.
yeah. Gotta
Yeah.
the
I've made
last
a career with
last
working with
one.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've literally made a career of working with people who are 10 to 15 years older than me for
Yeah.
that exact purpose, because I've helped them bridge the gap to technology for the last however many years.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Certain industries, like doctors, are just known for being extremely disorganized. I'd say attorneys are pretty bad about it too. Um, those are the some sweet opportunities right now, and that's all we need to worry about. We don't know what it's gonna be like in 20 years, but hopefully I've got some money saved up in the bank, and it's just passive at that point. Um, but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk about my other bonuses, and then a little bit. If you want to ask any questions, Jessica, you can. You've already got Nate. Did you already use somebody's code for AI employee?
Not yet.
Okay. So the Zapier and Make tools would be really helpful for you. Um,
Mhm.
there, there are still times when we use Zapier and Make, of course, and maybe that'll change once High Level finishes their move right here to kill Zapier, Make, and Pabbly. But
Mhm.
I'll show you the calls we have. Pull up the
And I know you're 3 minutes late based on your calendar you showed us earlier.
yeah. Oh, I probably have an appointment right now.
You do.
All right, let me call. Thank you.
Sorry, while I appreciate it, I wanted to be respectful of your time because I saw you at an appointment.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I'll send you the PDF if you're interested. You know how to add my code, and then you've got my calendar link. So I'd love for you to grab a time sometime, and um, at least I can get you those tools.
Can, can we open up our meeting at 4 again?
Yeah. Yep.
I did not get your calendar link in the chat, by the way.
Oh, Bob, are you wanting to try to make that new ads manager?
I've,
Let me see.
well, I just want to go over some of the things that we've talked about here. I just,
Sure. Um, Absolutely, my friend. So let me grab my calendar.
now do I have to go into the link again or is it the link that I have?
Still
Okay.
there. It's always the same link. So you can
Okay.
just jump in, and I
All right.
will be there. And let me know when you get that saved, Jessica.
I got it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna give this guy a call.
Yep.
He clicks all the time, so I kind of think he won't pick up. We'll see. And I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll be back
I'll see, I'll
on
see you at 4.
Thursday. Yeah, I'll see you at 4, Bob, and I'll be back on Thursday for everybody else. If you're
Thanks.
if you're looking to get more information, just go up to the link in my bio. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right. Bye.